It's a matter of great pleasure that today we are organizing CRIKC-CII exhibition in collaboration with CII and Chandigarh administration. So in this exhibition, most of the institutes of Chandigarh region, Punjab University, Punjab Engineering College, CCET, NITR, CSIO, IIT Ropar, IIT Jammu, IIT Roorkee, Chitkara University, Riyadh Bahara Group, all the institutes have, they are showcasing the technologies which they wish to send to the market. So I welcome everyone for sparing valuable time and for your presence here. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Professor Rupinder Tiwari to deliver the talk. Before this, I would like to take the opportunity to introduce you, sir. Professor Rupinder Tiwari is the founder of Department of Microbial Biotechnology and mentor of DST Technology Enabling Center, founder of DST Center for Policy Research, BIREC Center for Innovation Cluster, and DPIT IPR Chair at Punjab University. Professor Tiwari has also the proud alumnus of the university and has a rich experience of over 45 years in the domain of academics and policy making. Professor Tiwari is the recipient of the prestigious Rockefeller Biotechnology Fellowship USA and Commonwealth Academic Staff Scholarship UK. He has, to his credit, over 100 research publications in national and international journals.
Thank you very much. Honorable members on the dais, off the dais, respectable industry members, my colleagues and students, very good afternoon, one and all. Honestly, I'm a bit surprised that I'm the first speaker. I thought I was the last speaker. Like Manu told, like this is an exhibition where the academia has come up with some technologies which are at various stages of PRL 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 9. And industry people are here to look at this if they are interested in this kind of technologies. So this is a very small venture which CRIKC, DST Technology Enabling Center, along with CRIKC, they have organized. And it's a very small effort in the beginning. In case industry people, they find some lacunas in that, please put it in a way so that the students and the researchers, they remain motivated. Maybe like they say the technology readiness level is like 1, 2 or 3, maybe something that claimed at 9. It may not be there. It may not be there. Right? So this is my experience what has happened earlier also. So this is small request. Now coming to this industry academia programs, it is over 100 years old. You talk to anybody, you go to any higher institute, they talk about industry academia and everybody's an expert on that, including myself. But when almost a decade back, when I was heading DST Center for Policy Research, it was one of the 5 centers established by the Government of India, DST. So the mandate was, how can we promote public-private partnership in R&D? So industry academia is an important component of that. And honestly, like I had told DST that I'll work on industry academia because I want my fingers selling my technologies to industry. Then I realized, I didn't know even 1% of what is industry academia interaction. So we started on this journey in DST Center. Anita was there with us from DST. So we together, DST team and Punjab University team, DC Center. So we started working on it. And we come up with a few books and so many recommendations and so many reports, over a dozen reports we have submitted. And DST was very happy over it, and we are very happy that some of the suggestions which we have taken forward, they have been put into practice. And one of them is this Technology Enabling Center. So when we studied models of IITs in India and in other countries, there are 17 countries which are called innovation countries. So what are the models, practices? So what we found, one thing which is common is there is a gap. The gap of industry and academia, because you people work on different domains. Yours is more on the financial thing, we are more on the education side. It is everywhere it's the same. But in between they have a bridge, like in UK they call it technology advisors, somewhere they call it different names. So that was our suggestion, even in IITs, like in Delhi, so they have got FIT. So which acts as a bridge. They would understand what we are doing in the universities, in the higher education institutions. They will take it to the industry. And they are also with the industry to find their problems. So this is the model which exists in our country also, but in IITs. That we suggested there are other universities which are doing good in these things, and in innovation of these things. But this is the thing which is lacking. So DST then came up with this, let's start this technology enabling centers. These are nothing but service providers. They don't do any R&D. But they have the people which are being funded by the DST, IPR expert, business expert, managers of different domains, which go to the industry and try to fund the linkages and the problems. So Manu, yes, we are all very proud of him. I call him Manu, he's a professor. So we are very proud of Manu, and he's put in a lot of efforts. इसको सिर्फ कुछ नहीं दिखता, सिर्फ इनकी इंडस्ट्री दिखाई देती है. And we are reaping the harvest of that. So recently, Badi cluster the problem scheme of this treatment plants. So over 20 lakh project they have given to Punjab University, IIT Rohtak, MIT Institute, and Technology Enabling Center was given rupees 2 lakhs for this, making this thing to happen. Right? So yes, we are taking some steps as a mentor. I'm very proud of it, what we are doing. This is all I think. I don't want to take too much of time. But lastly, this region in India, I can tell you with full confidence, the kind of national research labs, number of national research labs, IITs we have in this region, PEC is also there, right? And the industry is in good numbers. ऐसा नहीं है लुधियाना industry, Panipat industry, these clusters, one to one in Badi. So ये सारा जो cluster है, इसके लिए academia के पास expertise is available. In case your problem we cannot solve, we will not stop that we do not have a technology. Then we will go to other places. We have contacts, we have networking with science and technology clusters which are coming up in India. 7th one is coming up in Chandigarh, which is going to be the biggest cluster funded by Office of PSA. It will cater to the needs of the industry from the state of Punjab, Haryana, Himachal, and UP. The headquarters is going to be Punjab University. Maybe in 3-4 months' time, we are hopeful we'll have this one. So with this, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a wonderful talk. And I must say you are real flag bearer of this domain industry campaign interaction and public-private partnership. Thank you again, sir. Now I would like to invite Professor C.R. Suri for the next talk. And before this, I would like to introduce you, sir. Dr. C.R. Suri is a mentor and advisor of DST Technology Enabling Center at Punjab University, Chandigarh. He has worked as professor and head of the Nano Biotechnology and Biosciences Group at CSIR IMTech, Chandigarh. Professor Suri is also the alumnus of Punjab University, Chandigarh. He has authored more than 100 refereed papers and international presentations, including several patents in his name and many national and international awards. We welcome you, sir.
Very warm welcome all the dignitaries sitting on the dais, my fellow members from the academia, and my near and dear friend from industries. I basically take the liberty because I started my career as an academician and then converted to the researcher and then became a little bit involved from industries. So I have all the taste of all these three domains which are very strong for the sustainability of the country economic growth. Because you know these academia and industry, what I call AI of today. AI means artificial intelligence, but AI, academia, industry, they are a very strong pillar of for the country, for the economic development. Their continuous interfacing with each other is very important today for solving the industrial problem which basically industries are facing today, so that basically they come up what the country basically is looking forward. As you all know, that our major resources, the knowledge generation, are basically start from the academia. And then it is basically transformed to the industry. Industry take this as a basically the initial seeding, initial startup has been taking place, and then convert this knowledge to the wealth. So because interacting these two become very, very important. And today we are very lucky that with this PUTech, Punjab University Technology Enabling Center, has taken this lead in this region where all we can see the academia from nearby institutions of this region, Chandigarh region, and industry from all this Haryana, Punjab, Himachal, and even remote area, they have come under the same platform and then sharing their knowledge. And that way, basically, we are also thankful to the Department of Science Technology. Dr. Mrs. Anita is sitting here. They visualize this concept. Of course, as we all know, that we have so many institutions in India and around 1,000 universities of very excellent, doing excellent work. We also have national institutes, more than 2,215, 220. All basically they are involved in a very great quality of research. But the problem was basically how this, whatever the output they have basically generated, how this will go to the field, how the industry will come forward to take this basically whatever has been generated into the institutions. So now DST basically conceptualized this concept and then they opened couple of basic Punjab, couple of technology level center. The major concept of this role of technology level center was mining the technology what basically available in the research institution or universities, assessment of this technology, whatever basically has been generated, and also the need of the industry, what basically they are looking forward. So the role was not only limited to this assessment on evolution of the technology, they are also becoming as a point of contact. Like we say, point of care in diagnostic, where one device is responsible for all contact. Similarly, here the point of contact will be the enabling center, technology enabling center. So that way, Punjab University Technical Enabling Center is doing the excellent work, bringing all the industry of the nearby, understanding their problem, they are understanding their needs, taking the academia, what technology basically they are having with them, and then basically making this networking with these two together. So I really look forward to a bright future of this Punjab University Technology Center to make a complete ecosystem of this network, what basically today we are seeing in front of us. Almost all big tech industries, they have come, and the credit also goes to our CII Vice President, Professor Singh, Dr. Singh. He is the instrumental basically behind bringing all the industry into this network. So once again, I see a great thumb to this our PUTech under the leadership of Dr. Manu and also association with Dr. Singh. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. P.J. Singh. Before this, I would like to say some line about Dr. Singh. So we are proud to say that Dr. P.J. Singh is the alumnus of Punjab University as well. He has done Masters in Pharmacy from Punjab University and obtained his doctorate degree from European Continental University, USA. Dr. Singh is Managing Director of Tylenol Orthotics Mohali, and I am glad to announce that Tylenol today is #1 brand in India for orthopedic appliances and fracture aids. Tylenol gives direct employment to around 1,800 people, mainly underprivileged women. So sir has many national and international awards to his credit, like National Award of Best and Entrepreneur of India 2010 by President of India, Srimati Pratima Devi. Okay, alright, that's
so, big greetings on the dice and off the dice, industry friends, and great scientists and researchers, those who have come together. See, we all know technology has shrunk the world, and now world is one market. It is great for the consumer, but it is definitely a big challenge for the industry of the developing nations. We have to compete against the best in the world. On the other hand, like Professor Suri said, that academia is the hub of knowledge, hub of all the innovation, novelties, and cutting edge technologies are being created every day in these great institutes. And good to know that around Chandigarh and this area has about more than 30 STEM institutes, as we call as the Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics institutes. But still what we find is that whatever great work being done there is not being translated to the industry, it is not getting commercialized, and there is no formal model where industry academia partnership can actually happen. So, PUTech and CII, with the help of our chairman, Mr. Amit Thapar, we started one experiment. So I would like to talk about this experiment. This experiment was, okay, why not bring industry and the scientists of the same domain into one platform, under one platform, and this is what we started calling them as interface clubs. So this was headed by an interface champion from the industry. तो ये एक्सपेरिमेंट हमने स्टार्ट किया, तो इसके जो सेलिएंट फीचर्स है ना, सबसे पहला क्या है कि कट द चार्जर, देसी भाषा में इनफॉर्मली लेट अस मीट रेगुलरली। तो मीटिंग्स कहां पे होंगी? इंडस्ट्री के अंदर, गैम्बा है ना, गैम्बा के मिसू ऐसी कॉल है कि इंडस्ट्री के फ्लोर के प्रोडक्शन फ्लोर पे होंगी, एंड द रियल प्रॉब्लम द साइंटिस्ट the academician can actually see कि प्रॉब्लम आ क्या रही है. So that's the first salient feature कि जार्गन कट करके इंडस्ट्री फ्लोर के ऊपर हम जाके डिस्कशन करते हैं. The second thing is कि इनकी ऑर्गेनाइज मंथली मीटिंग्स हैं जहां पे एक्चुअल में प्रॉब्लम्स दी जाती हैं और साइंटिस्ट को बोला जाता है कि आप प्लीज अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी बताइए. नाउ वेरी रेलेवेंट टेक्नोलॉजीज आर देन अंडरस्टूड and the initiation happens for, let us say, how do we transfer this technology, because what we have found is that technologies developed at the institutes are half-baked, they are not fully ready to be transferred. तो वहां से initiation start होती है, तो academia उसको वापस लेके जाता है, उसको और bake करता है और फिर industry ready करता है. इसके अंदर the third part is that we have developed a model where all the documentation, हमें NDA, CDA साइन करने पड़ते हैं, एक एग्रीमेंट बनाना पड़ता है, एक इनिशियल प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट देनी पड़ती है इंडस्ट्री को क्या सॉल्व करवाना है, तो इसके बड़े इजी फॉर्मेट्स बनाए हैं. सो दिस इज द थर्ड सेलिएंट फीचर ऑफ दिस कि आराम से ये डॉक्यूमेंटेशन जो नॉर्मली बड़ा टाइम लेती है, टिकलिश होती है, दिक्कत करती है, वो हमने पहले सॉल्व कर दी. पेमेंट कैसे होगी उसका भी एक हमने छोटा सा मॉडल बनाया. एक और काम है, सेलिएंट फीचर क्या है इस क्लब का कि देयर इज एम्पावर्ड कमेटी, व्हाट वी कॉल एज एम्पावर्ड कमेटी ऑफ मेंटर्स, कि इनकी देखरेख में ये डील होती है इंडस्ट्री और एकेडेमिया की, राइट, साइंटिस्ट और इंडस्ट्री की. एज अ रिजल्ट देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ ट्रस्ट बोथ साइड्स, एंड व्हाट वी हैव सीन दैट पीपल हैव कम ओपनली टू पार्टिसिपेट. तो अभी हमने ये सारा प्रोग्राम, ये सारा एक्सपेरिमेंट 3 महीने पुरानी बात है, एंड वी हैव कम टू अ स्टेज कि ऑलरेडी हमने तकरीबन 8 मीटिंग्स कर चुके हैं 3 महीनों में. ऑलमोस्ट एवरी 10 days वी हैव अ मीटिंग. इन द लास्ट मीटिंग हमने जब करी तो 19 प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट्स वर गिवन टू अबाउट 30 साइंटिस्ट, एंड दीज साइंटिस्ट came from all these institutes. They included, I think, from IIT, from Punjab Engineering College, from Punjab University, Institute of Nanotechnology, and then Chitkara. And I am very happy that Professor Khosla himself was there to kind of take it forward. So a lot of enthusiasm was there, and these 19 so-called problem statements were given. What I see is this is just a beginning. We have to have trust in each other, and I am sure all the right stakeholders are coming together so as to make this a reality. This model should work, and I am sure that in the coming days the enthusiasm will take slowly to a very structured approach towards industry academia partnership, and I see there will be a lot of growth of the industry, lot of growth of the economy of this region. So with these words, I would like to thank each one of you, the scientists who have actively come forward to work with the industry, and the industry members who have become the members of these so-called clubs. I congratulate everybody, And I congratulate Professor Manu, who has kind of brought us all together on this platform. I also congratulate Mr. Jagmeet, CII, my chairman, Mr. Amit Thapar, those who have really worked so as to bring this into a reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Our next guest is Mr. Amit Thapar, who is currently working as chairman of CII Punjab and holds a board position in Entrepreneurs Organization Punjab. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
I have actually some notes in my mobile and some on paper. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar, Sat Shri Akal. At the outset, let me extend a profound gratitude to Shri Dharampal ji, advisor to the administrator, Chandigarh administration, Professor Vyas and all the dignitaries present here. I also welcome members of the industry, scientists, and all the delegates who are participating here. It is indeed a pleasure to be part of this industrial solutions and tech expo, and while I acknowledge the wonderful being done by the teams from Punjab University and CRIKC-CII, I must actually here compliment Dr. P.J. Singh. Without his efforts, this all would have not been possible. You know, when he took over as a chairman, vice chairman of CII, the first opening statement he made was Industry-Academia Partnership. I asked him, Dr. Sahab, आप करते हैं अब, मतलब टाइम आ गया था. We all have some positions in our companies. And he said, मैं कुछ नहीं करता, मैं पढ़ाता हूँ. So that is what I do. I said, what? I train people and I teach. That is what I do in my company, my factory. Everything is managed professionally. So that is the kind of passion he has for academia, for teaching, for training. So I'm sure we are in safe hands. Collaboration between industry and academia is the key to catalyze innovation and growth in technology. While industry often focuses on addressing solutions that are near-term commercial value, academia focuses on building new knowledge through research and imparting education to students. This combination can yield accelerated developments of new breakthroughs. So let us discuss कि R&D actually है क्या? It's a very misunderstood term. We have to separate out research and development. These are two different things altogether. Development is doing new things for commercial advantage. Innovation is very, very important part of development. So what happens is, when we talk about development, research is something which is imparting knowledge. It might be of commercial use or not. But development necessarily for us as an industry has to yield some kind of a commercial value. That is the purpose we start developing goods. Something, what we do all the time in our manufacturing units is, we do a lot of reverse engineering. बाजार से कुछ खरीद के ले आते हैं जो चीज़ इम्पोर्ट हो रही है, उसको खोलेंगे, उसको बोलेंगे यार ये चीज़ डेवलप कर दे, because we know this is already there in the market. It's easy money. That is, what used to happen was we used to indigenize the technology by reverse engineering. We used to replace imported goods. Now, with the cheap manpower and with the automation available, we have started replacing countries also. We started exporting those goods also. So that is what development actually, plays an important role. But when we talk about research is primarily something which is, I would say, is not done with the purpose of sole getting commercial benefit out of it. And that is where the gap emerges. Industry wants development, academia wants research. They are after knowledge, we are after money. I'm being very bluntly honest with you all. That's the gap which we need to bridge. But when these two come together, and there are immense examples. Because I belong to Ludhiana, I can give you example of PAU and CTR, and the institutes opened in 1960s and 70s. The kind of development they made and the research they made, which percolated down the industry, which helped our city to become an immense industrial hub. So let's talk about some statistics. India spends 0.7% of its GDP on R&D. China is spending 2.2% of its GDP on R&D. Korea 4.8%, Brazil 1.8%. I'm just naming those countries who are our peers. I'm not talking about, US, Netherlands, UK, where the spending is much higher. Just imagine, China's GDP is 5 times that of India, and they are spending 2.2% of their GDP on research, and we are at 0.7. So 3 into 5, their spending on research is 15 times than ours. India's R&D growth has stagnated in the last 4 decades. This was our R&D spend even in 1970s, 80s, and then after 2021, still we are there at about 0.7% of our GDP. But if we consider the amount of research and development which the foreign companies are getting done in India, this figure comes to about 1.2%, which means more than Indian companies, the foreign industry is getting their more research done in India than the Indian companies. The reason is very, very simple. We have something, immensely powerful. We have the cheap manpower for research. There's an immense opportunity. Nobody can do research cheaper than India. That is the kind of manpower, that is the kind of academic strength we have. The study also shows there is one big difference which I would like to point out. Generally, in all the top 20 researching countries in the world, which do about 75% of the world's research, about 15 to 25% of the research is done in universities, about 60-65% by industry, and just about 10 to 15% by government institutes. And in India, the figures are 7% by the universities, 35% by the industry, and 60-65% is done by the government research institutes. For example, DRDO, ISRO. So if we actually talk about the industry spending on research, it would be probably 0.2-0.3%. That is where we stand, and this needs to change. And I'm not blaming academia for this. Industry has to blame probably industry will have to change. I mean, when the survey was done for about 2,500 companies, top researching companies in the world to spend, only 29 were Indian, 523 were Chinese, 100 were Korean. And let me tell you, research का क्या होता है कि over the period of years, कौन सी industry के अंदर research आई है भी change हो जाता है. In 19th century, textiles was the emerging hub. A lot of research used to happen in textiles. That is how England, textile industry prospered. Now there are 5 industries which account for world's 80% of research: pharma, auto, technology, hardware, software, and electronics. And in India, there are only 3 sectors which spend 80% of the money on research. 80% of India's spending on research is just in 3 sectors: pharma, auto, and software. So what I'm telling you is that these are the low-hanging fruits. If the researchers, if you want to make research, money out of your research, go in for these 3 sectors. But if you just want to gain knowledge and money is not the final aim, then do your own thing. Nobody is stopping you from anything. So these were some of the statistics. To remain competitive, manufacturers need state-of-the-art information and communication technology to improve productivity and shorten product development cycles. देखिए, innovation जब तक नहीं होगी, competition इतना ज़्यादा strong है. I'll just give you one example and then I'll end my address here. Take example of music industry. In 1970s, we used to have these LP records, which were, in 10 years or 20 years, substituted by tapes. तो tape आती थी ना, वो tape recorder के अंदर. And then in 1990s, late 90s, we got the CDs. CDs के बाद में क्या हुआ? Suddenly 2007 we found this beautiful instrument called as iPod. Everybody used to have iPod, 2000 songs. मैंने इतने GB वाला लिया है, 10,000 songs. Where is iPod gone? मैं हार्डवेयर की तो बात ही नहीं कर रहा. Does anybody carry an iPod these days? Suddenly then we had this, phone which used to do the work of iPod. And finally, उस फोन की भी स्टोरेज गई, वो कहता है ऐप है Spotify में जाओ, you have unlimited library, pay 200 rupees and the music is at your doorstep. What has happened to those CDs, those people who were set up so big, such a big man? That is the kind of disruption which industry has to go through, and if we do not take care, if research is not our part, we will not be able to sustain. With these words, I would like to compliment the organizers on behalf of CII and like to commit our wholehearted support to this initiative, helping our research community commercialize their projects. I mean, commitment is there of commercializing the research projects, but it's not a promise. It's easier said than done. And realize the true potential through active support from the industry. Jai Hind, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a wonderful talk. Our next guest is Dr. Anita Agarwal, who is the head of the Technology Development Transfer Division at DST, Government of India, New Delhi. The main mandate of the division is to promote development and commercialization of indigenous technologies and adaptation of imported technology for wider applications. Welcome you.
Good morning, all the dignitaries who are sitting on the other side of the audience, and the most valuable, our industry partners, innovators, and young students who are sitting on the other side. I'm really happy to see that we have no bias today. We are sitting at the same level, facing each other and trying to find solution to this age-old problem of industry-academia interaction. Being from DST, I would like to apprise you how we are trying to address this innovation ecosystem in the country and how we are trying to fuel the innovations. So with the continuous efforts of the government, you will be, or many of you must be knowing that in global innovation index, now our position has risen to 40. So, and this has happened over a period of 2-3 years. From 80 position we have reached 40. And as far as publications is concerned, I'm talking about pure research, so we are the third in the world. So we have reached a level of excellence. Wherever we have put our foot down, we have been shining. So as far as publications are concerned, the numbers we have achieved. Now the next important parameter is the quality. So where do we stand in the terms of quality? By quality, I mean the research that we are doing, the publications that we are doing. What kind of quality do they hold as far as new knowledge generation is concerned? Or how that knowledge can be converted into technology and innovation to attain the supremacy in the innovation ecosystem. So DST has different schemes in our kitty, starting from the basic research, those who want to do the blue sky research, they want to generate new knowledge. Eventually this new knowledge will be used, will be converted into technology, and later it will become gain the market supremacy and become an innovation. So those schemes are there where you can, like any researcher who is interested in doing basic research, so they have those plenty of opportunities are there by different funding agencies where they can do the basic research and address their quest to explore something new. And then we have technology group. So where you have some proof of concept and you want to raise the TRL level of the technology, you want to demonstrate your technology. So Government of India has various schemes where they fund the researchers and in collaboration with industry. So industry can be a partner in terms of sharing their facilities or the knowledge that they already have, or they can share their problems also, and they can financially also support this kind of research. Where we are looking for a solution, a practical solution to the problem which can be actually implemented and tried in the field. So we need a strong support from industry in that front. So beyond the technology group, then we have a program for this thriving startup ecosystem. So and initially, like 5 years back, there were only 400 startups which were registered with the Government of India. and the number has now gone beyond 55,000. As far as academic institutes are concerned, these startups are a very good platform if you want to take your technology to the next level. Because when we interact with our industry counterparts, so they have expressed these issues. When they interact with the institutes, there are a lot of shackles and bottlenecks. They don't know whom to approach, and then institutes, they have their own rate policies, how to transfer the technology and how to work on the collaborative project. Every institute has a different policy, so there is no uniformity. So industry finds it's really challenging when they have to work with academic institutes. However, they can easily acquire the startups and take the technologies from the startups. So startups, as far as the institutes are concerned, is a very good vehicle to give the technology to the industry. So we have a program where incubators are supported, and through incubators we support the startups. So we are sector agnostic as far as DST is concerned. We are not confined to any particular sector. So we cover all the sectors. And when it comes to industry, we have Technology Development Board, which provides assistance to industries in form of soft loan and as far as equity also for commercialization of technology. So technology, the main stakeholder for Technology Development Board is industry who wants to commercialize a new technology. It could be in-house developed technology, or it could be licensed technology also from any industry, or it could be an imported technology which we are trying to adapt for Indian scenario. So they are supporting 50% of the total project cost, and 50% some you have to manage from other industries, and they have some they ask for some collaterals also. So right now we are in the process of making some guidelines for startups also, where startups can also get support from us for scaling up their technologies leading to commercialization. So these are the few initiatives in our department where we are trying to support this thriving innovation ecosystem. And I compliment Professor Sharma and the kind of gathering we have here. So I think if all of us sitting together with mutual dialogue cannot address this issue and bring academia and industry close together, nobody else can do it. So here we have academicians, we have students, we have able industries who understand the importance of academic research and who are willing to take those technologies. So all sitting together in the same room, and the administrators are also there, and the government representatives are also there. So we can devise and work on new policies and develop new systems to work together and take these technologies to the conclusive end. And in this direction, our division has started these technology enabling centers. In first phase, we have given 11 centers to different universities, and in second phase, we have approved 11 more centers in different parts of the country. So we are trying to cover the whole ecosystem, and we are not discriminating between private universities, state university or central university. Uniformly on the basis of their competence, their ability to work with the industry was the criteria to select these technology enabling centers. So enabling is the key word. So how do we enable our industry, our society by taking the fruits of technology to the poorest of the poor, to the lowest strata of the society. So this is the objective behind having these centers. So at least everybody should be sensitized for the about the importance of the technology, on working on the technology, and then how to take the technology and propagate it to the masses. So my compliments to the organizing team and the hosts in the university also, and I believe this event will definitely yield us very good fruits, and we will be able to pinpoint few technologies here which can be taken to the next level. If such technologies are identified by the industry, and if they need some incremental R&D on those technologies, so and they are willing to partner, so DST will be happy to support such technology.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And one thing I would like to share with you all that ma'am has played a crucial role in the establishment of DST Center for Policy Research at Punjab University, Chandigarh, and Technology Enabling Center, as well as Biomedical Hub at CRIKC-CII, Chandigarh. And And I personally have worked under the supervision and support of ma'am, and thank you so much again ma'am for being here. Our next guest is Professor Vyas, who is currently working as professor with Department of Mechanical Engineering at IIT Kanpur. The pilot project for ushering in Industry 4.0 in the country was initiated under his leadership during his tenure as chairman at the Technology Mission for Indian Railways, Ministry of Railways, Government of India. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, and a very good morning to all of you. I am indeed very grateful to Dr. Manu Sharma who have invited me here at the instigation of Dr. Anita Agarwal. I'm really very happy and excited to see the developments that have taken place in this technology enabling center. When I was talking to Dr. Tiwari in the morning, he said, "अरे इतनी भीड़ हो गई है, मैंने मनु को कहा था कोई अच्छी जगह इसको करते हैं। ये कहाँ कम्युनिटी सेंटर में इन्होंने कर दिया है। So, but sir, I beg to differ. Rather than having it in a conference hall where regular conferences are held, this is more appropriate because this is more like a community center.
It is a community center.
It is a marriage hall, in fact, where you have all sorts of arrangements for making a marriage successful. And here we are, the academia and the industry, trying to relate to each other, and some marriage is already performed. So this is a very appropriate setting, and as Anita ji said, there is no dais also. So we have dignitaries on both sides of, and obviously dignitaries on the other side, who are probably more important than the dignitaries on this side. So the setting is perfect, and I'm happy to see that when we started this technology enabling center program in the DST with Anita ji and Dr. Nalinaksh and Dr. Rupinder was also part of it. The idea was to take the initiatives to the university system in the country, where some of the major universities get picked up and they are provided initial support where they can act as hubs for spokes in that region and connecting those spokes in that region. I'm very happy to see that out of the 22 or 20 odd centers that DST supported, this is probably the most successful center. So the DST has performed its job. The DST has performed the marriage. Now making this marriage successful and making the family grow is up to the two partners or the multiple partners that you have here. It is indeed a very powerful network that I see here, and it fulfills all the perspective points that we had developed for the technology enabling center about 3 or 4 years ago. A lot of work has been done, but still there is much more to be done and delivered, because having established a center, having established a framework for the hub and spokes, the technology still remains to be delivered. There are innovations at different technology readiness levels which are on display in the ground floor, but they still need to be translated into technology. The needs of industry and the varied industry that you have in Chandigarh is truly very impressive. The needs of the industry is to be understood very meticulously and methodically while cutting out all the jargon, as you said. It needs to be documented very clearly and needs to be addressed, and at all the times it may not be possible that you are able to address the needs through the 31 centers or 29 centers of technology that you have in this region. Because you need people who will ultimately deliver this. You need experts in that particular domain, in those various different streams that you have established, and you need working groups and top quality boys and girls, men and women in those groups. They need to be found out, they need to be supported, they need to be given good salaries so that they are the best in the country. For example, if you want to have some people in Industry 4.0, you need some very good people in instrumentation. They will not come from peanuts. You will have to first of all get them, nurture them, train them and sustain them over a period of at least 5 years. That platform needs to be established. That money has to come from somewhere. You need people in instrumentation, you need people, good people in mechanical design. You need good people in electronic design. Everybody cannot do mechanical design properly. Most of the people don't understand dynamics. Most of the persons don't understand whether faculty members, students, wherever they are. Industrial type of electronics, industrial type of design is done in a very, very specialized manner. Such people have to be identified. Such people have to be nurtured over a period of time. And they need to be supported financially also. So this beginning is not enough. More money is required. Like we have been talking to, and Anita knows about it, we have been talking in the state of Madhya Pradesh to bring in now the support of the state government also for this the initial funding is provided by DST. Now the state government should come in and provide some funding to establish centers of excellence on these 4 or 5 technology areas that you have identified: agriculture, biotechnology, engineering. So on the top of this technology enabling centers, you need at least 5 centers of excellence in technology. At least 1 expert and 5 or 6 very good people who can deliver. They need to be there. So state government has to come in. There is another model, there are several models which you can think of and which we can ponder about. There are other models of support also, like in Kanpur where I am, there is a group of industrialists who have come forward and they said that we want to start an activity similar to what is going on in Shark Tanks, as you might have seen in TV. So Shark Tanks is a platform where you have a consortium of industrialists and angel investors who want to invest in technology and identify technology which can be converted into good products and good business. So this group of industrialists in Kanpur, they are ready to put up to 100 crores and set up a platform. They have already booked about 50 hours of time in ABP News TV channel and brought together at least 5 or 6 experts from all over the country to sit on this platform, which has now been named as Ganges Sharks, to look at innovative ideas and innovation and technology development in the Indo-Gangetic plain. So this platform, which is not dependent on government support, and gradually it has to become independent of that government support at some time, it has to become independent, because the government structure does not offer the kind of flexibility that we would desire. So this kind of platform also can be thought of to support activities in technology development. The crux of the matter is that now that all these connections are made, you need people to deliver the technology, people to deliver what is required. Unfortunately, there is dearth of such people in the country. Not just here, but everywhere there is dearth of such people who can deliver what you really want, or who can develop what is really required. So we need to, not that any one person has a solution to all these issues, but we need to sit and talk about how do we generate this human capital and support the human capital which can sustain the growth of the industry in this area and the country. So these are what my initial thoughts are at this occasion. I once again congratulate for organizing this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Professor Renu Vij, who is currently working as the University Dean Instructions at Punjab University, Chandigarh, and ma'am has also served as Director of UIT at Punjab University. And Professor Renu Vij is the PET alumnus and has gold medal in electronics and telecommunication engineering. Welcome, ma'am.
Good afternoon to the dignitaries on this side and the other side, and students and faculty. So, it was just mentioned that I am alumni of Punjab Engineering College 1985 batch, and advisor sitting next to me also my batchmate. So we were together from 81 to 85 in Punjab Engineering College in Electronics and Communication Engineering Department. At Punjab University, we have been trying to promote this design, innovation, startup culture for a very long time. And in 2015, Design Innovation Center was set up at Punjab University, where we tried to promote this sensitivity among students and faculty that we must address the local needs, local issues. We should do something for the society and for the industry. And I can share with you that there have been many success stories. I can share with you that, there was a girl, 10 to 12-year-old girl who met with an accident and her skull was broken. There was a hollow in her skull, and the doctors at Government Medical College Sector 32 did not know how to operate it because they were not able to reconstruct the part which was missing. And then our faculty and students of Mechanical Engineering Department and Computer Science Department, they got together, they took images of the skull, they used 3D printer to print the skull, and using finite element analysis, they reconstructed the hollow part. And with lot of interactions with the doctor, they could determine the exact dimensions of the hollow part, and that part they were able to reconstruct and fit it in the skull, which was printed using 3D printer. Subsequently, the doctors could go back to the period of the surgery was performed, and the happiness that was there on the faces of the parents, that we can never forget, and that motivated our faculty to do this kind of work. Then, we have been working in close interaction with the medical devices group at PGI, and a number of devices have been developed. I know that pupilometer has been developed for eye department of PGI, and PGI, in fact, all the medical institutes are spending a lot of money in importing medical devices, surgical instruments, and it will be good if we can make all these things in India. But I can say that this pupilometer has been developed and has been tested, but we are still trying to find a partner who can commercialize this. So taking it to the next level is very tough, and kind of beyond the expertise of academia. We can develop these devices, but then to market them, to commercialize them is definitely not our domain. So one aspect is the technology enabling center is trying to find out the problems of the industry that academia can address. The other aspect is that what has been done, if industry can take it to the next level, if these devices which have been developed, if they can be commercialized, then it would be great. And Technology Enabling Center has been organizing meetings between academia and industry, and a lot of industrial problems have been identified. But when it comes to finding a solution for those problems, then academia is again looking for funds. So I know there was a problem of MSME that they manufacture these nuts of different sizes and they are defective. Some of them are defective, and then manually they are sorting this, doing this classification of defective and non-defective nuts. And we took up this problem that we'll give an automated solution to this problem, and using again image processing techniques, we have developed the working model which has given good results. But then the project was funded by Nottingham Trent University. Now there is a MSME which has agreed to build the mechanical part of the device, and then electronic and again image processing part we will do. So what I am saying is that one thing is identifying the problems, and then the academia is working on those problems, but the next thing is that from where to arrange the funding. Again, it is expected that academia will arrange the funding and work on those problems. And once we find the solution, then next thing is how to commercialize them. So hand-holding has to be done by industry for these things. And startup culture also we are promoting. Our students, they participate in national level competitions, idea competitions, hardware hackathon, software hackathon, and they have been winning these national level competitions, and ideas have got patents also, and students are working on startups also. But then again these startups need to be guided, because students are not very confident, and if they are not successful, then they lose heart also. And I have seen that many of the students who are very motivated to work on ideas and startups in second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, but supposing they get a job, so they want to leave the startup and take up the job because it's a safer option. But I am sure that if they have appropriate mentors, and if they are sure that they will succeed, they will work even harder to make their ideas commercial. So for that, support from industry is required. Technology Enabling and Center is I would say a small initiative, and here by virtue of this event we are making some incremental changes and some movement in this direction. But I think we have a long way to go before we really achieve something. And I hope that this collaboration will continue so that we achieve some results in this region. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for gracing the occasion. So our next guest is who is chief guest of this event, Dr. Dharampal, and who is currently working as advisor to UT Administrator Chandigarh since June 2021, and is the proud alumnus of Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh. Dr. Dharampal did PhD degree from Punjab Engineering College from in 20. Yeah, and what year, sir? Yeah, and has done many skill development courses from Harvard Kennedy School, USA, Duke University, USA, and IIM Ahmedabad, and IIT Delhi, etc. And he has got 7 years of experience in working with the United Nations as district electoral supervisor and administrator and civil affairs officer. We welcome you, sir.
Very good afternoon. Dr. Anita Agarwal, Head of Technology Transport, Government of India, Professor C.R. Suri, Dr. Rupinder Tiwari, Professor N.S. Vyas, IIT Kanpur, and my classmate Renu Vij, Dean of University Institute. Very good afternoon or good morning to all of you. It's indeed a real privilege for me to address such a brilliant and innovative minds of our region. I think this is the first of its kind R&D fair that has been organized in this area, and I'm thrilled to be part of this initiative. I would like to congratulate Technology Enabling Center of Punjab University and Confederation of Indian Industry, who have organized this CRIKC-CII exhibition, I think, which is an excellent stage for the expert to showcase their interest. I would also like to congratulate Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, that has a mandate to create enabling ecosystem for the development of technology in the region. I think everybody has talked about this CRIKC platform that has been created. I think this is a platform that ensures interaction between the industry and the scientists and the students. I think to make this platform effective, I think there has to be effective communication, interaction between the industry and this platform and the students. I think we have a brilliant students in this country. Only thing we need to do is to give them an enabling environment. Of course, some of the speakers have talked about the money that we are spending on R&D. Of course, it's not much. But I think that Government of India need to take note of that. I think we really at least need to spend at least 1% of our GDP on the research. If we really want to, if we are, India is at the moment trying to aspire to become a world power, if we have to really succeed in doing that, we need to put a lot of money in research and development. I think without that, we will not be able to reach the objective that we have set for ourselves. As far as the students and the scientists are concerned, in India are concerned, I think they are best. I think that is demonstrated by the fact that when they go abroad, when they get the enabling environment, they do wonderfully well. I think same kind of environment which exists elsewhere, where they are able to perform better, I think similar environment need to be created right here in India, in Indian institutes, Indian technology institutes, or like institute like Punjab University, Delhi College at University. So if we are able to do that, I think we will do wonders. And I think all that stuff which is taking place elsewhere in the world can be done here itself. Another, I think we need to have a focus. I mean, this CRIKC center, we need to really identify the areas where we want to do the research. And those areas need to be identified in very close association with the industry. We need to solve their problem, create products, test those products, do the field testing, improve those products more better, make them better, and then I think through some of the private company or through startup, I think then we should launch it into the market. I think that's the most important thing. I think we have been working with the CII very closely. We have been in touch with the Ministry of Heavy Industry to create a regional research center here. That proposal has already gone to Government of India, and hopefully I think we will shortly hear on that. And I think I was told that it is being considered very favorably by Government of India. And I think when we talk about the Chandigarh as a city, my objective has always been that we should make it there is no scope for a big industry in Chandigarh, let's face it. I think we are not able to. But we can make it an excellent research center for the region. That is a possibility. We can create a hub for the regional research in Chandigarh. We can create a hub for the health system. We can create a hub for the education. We can create a hub for commerce, information technology, devices, biomedical devices. These are the things that can easily be done. I think for that, I think there has to be vision on the part of industry as well, and also a platform like that, like this. I think funding, again, industry also needs to be a little more generous in spending their money on research. Without research, industry cannot. If you want to grow, you have to research. You need to improve your product, continuously, and to compete with the rest of the players in the market. So I think that somehow is lacking in the industry. I think that they need to really, if they want to be the best in the future, they need to do research in today's time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for gracing the occasion, and we are really honored to have you here. Now, I would like to invite Professor Tiwari to present the bouquet and memento to thank you so much, sir. Now, we would like to invite Professor Suri to present the bouquet and memento to Dr. Anita Agarwal. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Professor Manu Sharma to present the bouquet and memento to Mr. Amit Thapar. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite again Professor Tiwari to present the bouquet and memento to Dr. P.J. Singh. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite again Professor Suri to give the memento and bouquet to Professor N.S. Vyas. Thank you so much, sir. Now I invite Professor Manu Sharma to present the bouquet and memento to Professor Renovich. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you everyone. Now I hand over the dais to Engineer Ankush Gowri for the vote of thanks and schedule of the day ahead. Dr. Ankush.
Honorable Chief Guest Shri Dharampal ji, all other respected dignitaries, dear exhibitors, visitors, good afternoon. So we are grateful to our Chief Guest and all the dignitaries for sparing their valuable time and gracing this exhibition. I am highly thankful to Chairman CII Shri Thapar ji, Vice Chairman Dr. Singh, team of CII for their efforts and for mobilizing the industrialists for this event. I must mention a deep sense of appreciation and gratitude to Professor M.S. Vyas, who came all the way from Kanpur to attend this Industry Academia session for discussion with the industry of this region on implementation of Industry 4.0. And also special thanks to Dr. Anita Agarwal for connecting us with Professor Vyas. I would like to thank all the exhibitors for your participation and making this event successful. I would also like to thank Professor Tiwari, Professor Suri, Dr. Manu, tech team, all the known and unknown hands that contributed in organizing this event. Once again, I would like to thank each one of you. My sincere feelings of gratitude. Thank you.
So inaugural session is over now, and Industry 4.0 would be conducted here only, and after that immediately the session on NVH, noise, vibration and harshness, would be conducted in the adjacent room. So immediately we are starting with Industry 4.0 now in the same way.